Ready? Play.
Emma Raducanu has given an interview with the BBC where she's outlined her plans to return from injury, when that will be. She's also explained what she's been up to whilst away, and she's been watching much tennis. She's also got an answer for the critics, of which, some are on social media, but also, of course, many within the media. And she's also explained which is the slam that she would most like to win. What is her ultimate dream in tennis? So as I say, the interview was given to BBC London earlier on today, where she outlined her plans to return to next season, and also how she would one day love to win Wimbledon. So she will make her return to tennis next season after struggling with injuries mainly since May. She obviously had injuries since then, but she hasn't played since May. She withdrew from the Madrid Open, I think on the eve of the tournament, to basically have some operations. She's missed 3 of the 4 Grand Slams. She did play in Australia, where she lost to Coco Gauff. And, of course, just a couple of days ago, she dropped out of the world's top 200 and did confirm in this interview with BBC London that she will not be returning to the tour until next year. Britain didn't make the Billie Jean King Cup finals, which will take place in Seville in the south of Spain in November. Also, she has no hope of making the WTA finals, also in November. So she confirmed that next season will be her return to tennis. 20-year-old also said that the slams are obviously finished now, but it has been difficult to watch them go by. She was just said, "I want to stay in my lane as much as possible and keep focused on my recovery," were her exact words. The 20-year-old has been hampered, though, by injuries since winning that US Open title in 2021, when remarkably she managed to qualify and go all the way to the title without dropping a set in New York. She also made British #1 at one point as a result, but has not gone beyond the second round of any Grand Slam since that mesmeric, incredible run 2 years ago, when she became the first British woman in 44 years to win a major singles title since Virginia Wade. She was also asked about how she deals with criticism, and Raducanu had this to say: "The fact they are still talking about me, even though I'm not at these events, is just a compliment. Someone told me once, for example, 'Worry when they're not talking about you,'" she added. Raducanu has, of course, returned to the practice court. We did see some glimpses of her playing some short tennis in August, for example, the first time since she underwent surgery earlier on this year. And in fact, she only did play 10 matches in the first 5 months of the year. She said she does hope to return to better form and fulfill her Wimbledon dreams. "Wimbledon is the dream," she said, "and always has been growing up." Of course, she's from the UK, so it makes sense. She said, "It's the ultimate dream to win Wimbledon." Back in May, she seemed to undergo 3 successful surgeries. She said that she underwent the surgeries on both of her wrists and her ankle in a letter posted on social media. In fact, she said at the time, "It's safe to say the last 10 months, so that would have been the summer of 2022 until these surgeries in May of this year, have been difficult as I dealt with a recurring injury on a bone of both hands," she said at the time. She said she tried to manage the pain and play through it for most of the year, but in the end it was just getting too much. She was missing so much of training as well as certain tournaments anyway, that for her it made sense to go ahead with these procedures. Well, now she has confirmed that she will be back. I would imagine, therefore, for the Australian swing, maybe United Cup, end of December, beginning of January perhaps, for the 250 in New Zealand or elsewhere. And then, of course, the Australian Open. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready? Play.
Well, hello there, and welcome to 2024. This is first WTA match of the season. This WTA Tour match. I think we've done some United Cup matches, but yeah, we are currently looking at the return. Well, we're actually bringing you a qualifier versus a wildcard match. The qualifier is Elena-Gabriela Ruse. The wildcard is Emma Raducanu, the 2021 US Open champion, who hasn't played since May due to injury concerns. Apologies for missing the first couple of games of this one, but we are here just to bring everyone up to speed. We've had good exchange breaks. Emma Raducanu has held really strongly in the opener. Elena-Gabriela Ruse has just held from 1530. So Emma's already being the early one to pressure Ruse. So it's going to be an interesting match, I think, to see how it goes. But it's certainly a really positive start for Emma Raducanu, given she's not played for a while. Ruse has had is coming off a fairly strong end to 2023, at least for her. And given that she reached the Transylvania Open final on her end. Yeah, thank you all for being so patient. As Ruse has already put some pressure on Raducanu, and Raducanu's put a backhand into the net on the run. Was very difficult to get much purchase on it. That was a big forehand from Ruse inside out. So, yeah, tough on that. So Raducanu is serving. She's wearing a sort of a white long sleeve top with a pink skirt, and Ruse is on the other side with a long sleeve purple-ish top with a black skirt. Both obviously, it's obviously kind of windy or something like that, because it's interesting seeing they're wearing sort of longer sleeved outfits in this New Zealand heat. Ace for Raducanu, or it's New Zealand summer. Maybe it's not that cold at the minute. Lovely to have you all joining, by the way. Hopefully, I can keep us up to speed as possible for Emma Raducanu. His return. First serve is good. Forehand in play. They're trading forehands in the minute. Short from Raducanu, attacked by the backhand from Ruse. Backhand Raducanu looped up and out. 1530. So trading a little bit there. Raducanu has definitely got some good depth on her shots. No reason to think that she's not fully fit. Maybe a little bit of match rust. Obviously, competitive tennis is very different to just playing tennis. Raducanu serves 1530, but it's a fault, and so just to reset for a second serve. Ruse looks like she's getting ready. After the slower start, now she's trying to get into Raducanu's service games. Serves middle of the box, backhand into that from Ruse, off the short serve, 30 all. Maybe she was going for too much there. Maybe she wasn't expecting it to drop so short. Who knows? But we are into the thick end of this game now. 30 all. Ruse waits, serves from Raducanu into the net. Second serve. Tension high already in this match. Raducanu serves, Backhand from Ruse wide, 40-30. I'm wondering if there's a way I can get my stream more up to date. I'll do that maybe in the change of ends, but I'm pretty sure Raducanu wins this point fairly quickly, judging by how quickly the live score changed over. So bear with, I'm just going to try something. Make sure I am casting. Turn this all the way down. Yeah, so Raducanu wins the game 2-1. They're changing ends. Yeah, they're looking forward to it. So I'm just going to see if this works. And we're kind of in line with the scoreboard. But yeah, Raducanu's getting a towel. Obviously made good use of the old one. So yeah, Raducanu and Ruse. Don't know too much about Ruse. I said like she's had some decent, she's had a decent career so far, but nothing spectacular in terms of results. Raducanu, obviously, US Open champion. Obviously, great video from John earlier. So I'm summarising where we're at with where she's at with her recovery. Obviously, she had surgery on 2 wrists and a foot, and actually, she's given an interview to Sky Sports in the UK, saying that she actually had to push herself around on a special kind of scooter for a bit. But she said the surgery was absolutely necessary because injuries kept on holding back her progress. So she's hoping that this will prevent further problems later on down the line, and she can resume her career as it should. I mean, she is still 22. She's 22 now. Is she 22? She might be older than that because she's from 2001. I'm sure she's 22 now. Yeah, she is 20. She's 22. Because it's been a couple of years since she won the US Open. So still kind of in the prime phase of her career, but she's probably coming into the point where she is at her peak. But yeah, Ruse is coming out to serve now. With black shorts and black skirt with a purple top, long on the first serve. And it doesn't look like it's going to be much of a difference here. So second serve for Ruse, gets into play, backhand into play for Raducanu, backhand from Ruse off the top of the net, slice from Raducanu's way out, and it's 15-love to Ruse. Okay, it's not making a lot of difference here, so I'm just going to switch this back to a bigger screen. There are other matches going on, by the way, around about. There is a stream currently happening with John, where he's looking at what's happening in the Djokovic-Lehechka match, which I'm going to be honest, I thought would be done by this point. So credit to Hiri Lehechka for holding on there. Big forehand up the line from Ruse, and kind of scrambling that back in play. All good forehand from Ruse. They're kind of trading forehands at the minute. Big winner though off from Ruse, and it's 30-love. So yeah, few kind of overnight results that people might be interested in. Maybe we'll go through those as and when. But I think we'll keep an eye on this match. I'll probably bring you up to speed with what else is going on. Yeah, it's 30-love at the minute on my screen. Ruse serves, forehand from Raducanu, forehand Ruse scrambled into play, backhand Raducanu up the line, the forehand of Ruse, forehand Raducanu out. They're trading forehands again, still going cross court to cross court. Raducanu kind of off balance on that forehand. Now running to the backhand side, which is lifted up and long, and it's 40-love to Ruse. So far, a lot of these rallies, Ruse is kind of just putting Raducanu under pressure. Raducanu is doing well to extend them and keep them going. But at the minute, they're just training forehands at the minute. And then whenever Ruse changes up to the backhand, that's when things go a little wrong. But maybe that's just off the strength of one point. We'll have to see how it goes. Obviously, it's early days due to games. Serves into play from Ruse. Second serve for Raducanu to look at. Just having a look. There's probably quite a fair few British fans in chat. You probably want to know how Liam Brody is doing. I can tell you that in a sec. Second serve for Ruse. Backhand Raducanu. Really good return, but Ruse has got an excellent forehand. that managed to drag it across court. Raducanu couldn't quite run it down and puts the return into the net, and it's game Ruse 2-2. So Liam Brody is just broken for a 4-3 lead over Petro Kachin in Hong Kong. He was a early breakup in the match as well, so that looks like being quite a competitive affair. Nothing too other than in Brisbane, Seb Corder has lost to Yannick Hanfman. Whilst on the WTA side, Victoria Azarenka is currently 5 up against Ally Kalinskaya. In Auckland, Brenda Kvitova came through, the teen talent from Czechia. When I say teen talent, I think she's like 16 now. So she's she's through to the second round of Auckland. This is already equaling her best result from WTA. She got to the second round of Guadalajara, or was it Monterrey? A Mexican event a few years back. Forehand into the net from Ruse off a second serve from Raducanu, 15-love. Also through in New Zealand, in Auckland, Coco Gauff through in straight sets against Claire Liu, and Elita Svitolina won 6-4, 6-3 against Caroline Wozniacki in a match that featured 8 breaks of serve, despite it being straight sets, and the winner of this match will play Svitolina in the next round. Good serve from Raducanu, gets time on the ball. Ruse gets the forehand wide, which he's challenging. Forehand was very, very close to the line. She's challenging it. Meanwhile, in the United Cup, was waiting for the result of this challenge, which was indeed out. United Cup, Maria Sakkari, easy win over Daniela Seguero of Chile, but Nicholas Jarry beat Stefanos Skeleradis in 3 sets with Tsitsipas and Sakkari teaming up in the mixed doubles, losing to Chile 10-6 in the decider, meaning that Chile have beaten Greece, and that's going to be a very interesting showdown with Canada for Greece. Interesting, Djokovic has been taken to a 3rd set. You can see that on another stream if you want to, but you're here for Raducanu, so why don't you stay here with us? Forehand is wide from Ruse. Raducanu's 40-love up in this game. This is actually going to be more or less the last action of the day in Auckland, this match. The only other match going on is Wang Yue and Kayla Day. And Yue's up. First step in from Raducanu, but we're into a rally at the minute. Forehand inside out from Ruse. The backhand of Raducanu sliced. Ruse has come into the net. Raducanu's going to lift that up and long. It's 40-15. And Ruse is definitely being quite aggressive, pushing Raducanu, trying to be on the front foot, keeping going. So, yeah, it's 40-15 for Raducanu, hoping to convert this game point. Probably should have gone around the grounds during the change of ends, if there is one coming up. Raducanu serves into the net, second serve for Ruse to look at. I definitely feel like Ruse being has got a lot of firepower. It's keeping Raducanu pushed back, probably more than I was expecting. Backhand in play from Ruse. Backhand Raducanu, middle of the court. Backhand to the backhand at the minute. Forehand Ruse into the net, and it's game Raducanu. She leads 3-2 on serve in this opening set. On YouTube, there is a poll. If you want to join, tell us what you think in that poll. Where's Raducanu going to be at the end of the 2024 season? Is she going to be top 10, top 20, top 50, or outside the top 50? It's certainly a long climb up for her. What is her current ranking actually? Not particularly good, I don't think. Definitely not. I think it's definitely outside the top 200. So she's got a long climb ahead of her, but it's probably a lot less pressure to get the kind of results she was getting with her current ranking than it was with her previous ranking, especially when she was a Grand Slam champion. Let's see, what did she say? Bios. So yeah, Raducanu is currently ranked 301 in the world. So she's just on the cusp of going back into the top 300. I would imagine she's going to do that after this tournament. Obviously, depending on results, but you get some decent points from even losing in the first round. I think it's like 5 or 10 points. Provided no one else around her has a decent run, she should be all right. But actually, let's have a look. Maybe we can have a look at the live ranking, as it were. Mind you, the live ranking is absolute chaos due to it being like the first week of the year, and so a lot of movement around these. So we're back on court, by the way. 3-2 to Raducanu. Ruse is serving. Gets ready to go. She's got a Yonex racket with a red tip. Serves to Raducanu. Backhanded play from Ruse. Trading backhand in the minute. Really short backhand from Raducanu, who's kind of running to scramble that forehand. They're trading forehands. Raducanu tries to go for an inside-out winner. Misses it. 15 love. So Raducanu is definitely trying to change up the aggression after this change of ends. Let's have a look. Live rankings. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be a long way back for Raducanu, maybe up the rankings to get back into the top 300, then the top 200. Long first serve from Ruse. To go, Raducanu put pressure on her early in her first service game when she was serving at 1-0, at 1 love. So let's see how we're going. If you are enjoying this stream, please hit the like button. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe for more content like this. If you want to see other live streams where you can't, probably won't have a few British fans who don't have Sky Sports. Ruse just put a backhand into the net, 15 all. Chance for Raducanu. But yeah, a few fans who can't watch live, so why don't you subscribe? We've got plenty of content coming from the Australian summer. Ruse serves the backhand forehand Raducanu, which is chopped in, and then Ruse forehands into the net. And it's interesting because Raducanu puts it short on the return. That sort of follow-up shot from Ruse is overly attacked and is put in the net. So Raducanu is cheating herself on. She knows she's got an opportunity here at 15-30, bouncing up and down on her feet. She's got a Wilson racket, sort of with a yellow edge of the frame. First serve into the net from Ruse. So she's there's definitely an opportunity here for Raducanu. Gets a next serve in. Backhand Raducanu to the backhand of Ruse. Backhand Raducanu. Oh, missed, cued, and off the top of the net and into the tram lines. 30 all. But yeah, if you're watching, let us know. Who are you supporting? Are you Romanian fans looking to support Ruse? Actually, I'm making a massive assumption it's Raducanu fans in the chat. But yeah, let us know if you're here for Emma or not. First serve from Ruse is very, very good. Raducanu scrambling to get that in. Big follow-up forehand from Ruse, 40-30. It's definitely the Ruse forehand that's doing a lot of damage here. Both players keen to keep everything on their forehands at the minute. But Ruse has got the bigger shot, I would say. Romanian, a ball to the ball toss. Let's get ready for a first serve. Gets the first serve in play. Raducanu's returns actually getting these returns in play, which is a good first step. But the forehand is long from Raducanu. It's over the baseline. It's game Ruse 3 all. I think it's interesting right now in terms of the balance of the match. Lovely to see everyone joining, by the way. It's interesting in terms of balance of the match because right now Ruse has got the firepower, but Raducanu has kind of got the determination to keep the rally going. Ruse has got the points to finish it off, or at least put Raducanu into awkward positions and force errors. With Raducanu, what she's doing is she's got enough on her serve to keep her nose in front. As pointed out there, great first serve. Ruse puts it back into 15 love. Hello, Sport and Politics. Emma's looking all right, actually. She's not. Yeah, she's not struggling majorly. I think the biggest problem with her is the Ruse forehand being quite powerful. They're trading forehands at the minute, really short from Emma, but Ruse puts that into the net again, actually giving Ruse the short ball. It's a risky tactic because if she gets the forehand firing, that's going to cause her problems. But whenever she's giving Ruse a short ball, half the time she's getting an unforced error from Ruse. Serves it on the tee for Raducanu. The backhand is over the baseline. It's 40 love for Raducanu again. She's serving really, really well at the minute. Looks like, yeah, she's got a 60% first serve percentage to give it to Ruse's 63. And she knows dropped to 57%, probably off the back of what's about to happen on my screen. First serve is long. Yep, I was right. Both players are really strong behind their first serves. Neither have dealt with break points yet. Raducanu double faults, so it's 40-15. She's going to be a little bit frustrated with that. Looks at her hand, wipes it on her skirt. That's her second double fault of the match. Ruse hasn't served any aces, hasn't served any double faults yet. Raducanu does have some of those already. But yeah, her serve is good enough. It's keeping her going at the minute. Forehand from Ruse, long on the return, and it's game to Raducanu. And I think that's it. Ruse is trying to go in with a big game at the minute, and that's paying dividends in some respects because she's definitely won some spectacular points, but it also means that she's overdoing it at times. And it's going to be interesting to see how she handles the situation at 3-4 because she's serving. She knows if she because Raducanu knows if she breaks here, then she's serving for this first set. And obviously, we've had a few strong comebacks already on the very evenly poised at the minute. But we've had a couple of good comebacks so far, like Amanda Anisimova in Auckland. She won her return match in straight sets against Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova. Thank you, Robin. Lovely to have you with us. It's very evenly poised. You're absolutely right. But yeah, very happy to keep you updated on everything that's kind of going on around. So yeah, give us a let us know on Facebook if you're enjoying it. And Robin, just keep sending us what you think as well. I'll keep you up to date as much as I can from what's going on. But yeah, so we've had Anisimova in Auckland getting off to a very good start, as did Naomi Osaka in Brisbane coming back from a long break, partly maternity leave, partly other things. And that was a straight set win against Tamara Korpatch. Obviously, still to come, the other big match that we are looking forward to today is the return of Rafael Nadal to the tour, to the ATP tour. But he will he's got a very tough first round against another former Grand Slam champion, Dominic Thiem in Brisbane. And that match is due to get underway at 8:30 a.m. UK time, which would be 9:30 a.m. Central European time. Probably a lot earlier if you're Eastern time. I think it's something like 3:30 in the morning. You have to be super dedicated to watch that one, but we're here for you if you are. Forehand from Ruse to the backhand of Raducanu, lifted up, but the forehand inside out from Ruse is long. It's love 15. And it does feel like the match is on Ruse's racket. If Ruse hit a purple patch, then I don't know what Raducanu could do about it. But the minute Raducanu is bringing a solid level in just asking the questions. Backhand in play from Raducanu for the first serve of Ruse. The backhand from Ruse is long, and it's love 30. Couple of errors already from Elena-Gabriela Ruse. Maybe I was right. Maybe she's aware of the pressure. Lovely to see you all here. If you're enjoying this video, let us know. Hit the like button. Just recently got to 5K. If you want to subscribe, go for it. Backhand from Raducanu into play. Backhand from Ruse on the +1 into the net, and it's love 40. And we've got our first break point to the match. Emma Raducanu has chances to take the lead here properly in this match. First one of her comeback. She's going to receive breakpoint chance now. First serve is short from Ruse, looped up from Raducanu. Ruse comes on the attack. Raducanu pushes her back with that backhand. Backhand cross court to the Ruse backhand. Backhand Raducanu. That was a really deep shot from Ruse, really short from Raducanu. Drop shot Ruse. Raducanu's going to try and run it down. Ruse is going to take it out of the air. Oh, Raducanu almost gets it with the volley. She had it was a very much a desperate volley. She was out of position, and the volley ended up at the tram line. But it was a good attempt at a gap. They were all over the court there. That was a very entertaining point. But yeah, it was kind of a wild attempt to rescue the situation with that volley. It's 15-40 on my screen. That's the first break point. Second break point chance. Good to have so many of you here with us. It's absolutely fantastic. For serve into the net from Ruse. So second serve for Raducanu to look at. Gets ready to return. Standard tennis player pose. Hunched over. Bounces up to receive. Backhand up the line. Backhand to Ruse just short. Backhand Raducanu middle of the court and short. Forehand from Ruse on the attack. Pushing Raducanu into the corners. And she's moving Raducanu around. That's a winner on the forehand from Ruse. And yeah, that short, very, very short middle of the court backhand. Ruse ran Raducanu into one corner and then just put the ball too far for her to run towards. Great shot from Ruse. Lots of short balls here, but so another breakpoint opportunity for Emma Raducanu. 30-40 in Auckland. Everyone's looking like they're having a lovely day there. First serve back to the backhand of Raducanu, backhand Ruse to the forehand of Raducanu on the attack, pushing, making Ruse on the offense, forces the error, and Raducanu breaks, and it will serve at 5-3 for this first set. That was the most aggressive, most positive point I've seen from Emma Raducanu this whole match, and it was the most important one. She went on the attack there with the forehand this time. Great work from the Brit, the 2021 US Open champion. She leads 5-3 to 32 minutes. Serving for the set is Emma Raducanu. First serve is wide, though, to try and seal the deal, as it were. Second serve. Double fault. And it's love 15. Not the best start. She's kind of patting the racket with her hand. Not particularly happy with that situation, as you can probably imagine. Doesn't want to give this break back. She wants to kind of convert. And Emma's actually pretty good at serving under pressure. It depends on how much pressure she feels to get off to a good start, really. First serve to forehand of Ruse. They're trading backhands. Then they go to the forehand. Ruse tries to go really sharp angle cross court, but puts it into the middle of the net. 15-all. At the minute, all Raducanu has to do is stay solid and wait for the Ruse error. That's all she has to do. Be interested to know people's thoughts after this first set. How well do you think Raducanu can do? Raducanu serves out wide. Ace. 30-15. Second ace of the match. And looking pretty good at the minute. 30-15. 2 points away from the first set. 2 points from victory. Well, in a set anyway. She'd be halfway to victory. But halfway is often not enough in tennis. First serve into the net. It's got a second serve coming. Great deep second serve. Ruse has got a forehand off the top of the net. Forehand from Raducanu. They're trading forehands at the minute. Big forehand from Ruse. Raducanu's trying to change direction again off the top of the net. Drop shot from Ruse. Raducanu's going to chase it down. Get to her own sort of short shot on the volley. Ruse attacks Raducanu's volley, a follow-up volley into the net. 30-all. Maybe Raducanu's net play under pressure needs a bit of work. She's missed a couple of Couple of volleys there. At the minute, most of you seem to think she'll make top 50, top 20. Maybe even top 20. It's doable. She's been there before. She just made the top 10 just before the US Open of 2022. 30 all. Second serve as Raducanu's put the first into the net. Little bit of pressure here to close this out. Raducanu serves. The forehand of Ruse. Long. 40-30. Ruse going for a little bit too much yet again. Raducanu has set points. She has a serve to put this away. Wearing her white Nike gear. The pink skirt serves. Great backhand in play from Ruse. They're trading backhands right now. The backhand into the net from Ruse. Raducanu seals the set 6-3 and strides back to her chair determinedly. That was a decent set from Raducanu. I wouldn't say it's the best I've seen her play, but she's solid enough that she's solid enough to basically outplay Elena-Gabriela Ruse and be more solid than her and make fewer errors, and that's what made the difference. John, you're here. Is Novak done?
Yes, just finished now, winning the third set 6-1. It was a strange match in some respects. I actually think Lehecka was amazing in the second set, but he just couldn't sustain it across the 3 sets. And Novak, of course, could. Sorry. The only cloud for Novak, I would suggest, was just a niggling wrist issue that seemed to bother him throughout. Fingers crossed for him that won't persist throughout this Australian tour. Nick, what have I missed regarding Raducanu? I've seen that she's won the first set, which of course is very encouraging. Has the performance been as encouraging as well?
I'd say there's encouraging moments. She's not spraying errors all over the place. I would say the match has felt a little bit on Ruse's racket in some ways. Ruse has got a big forehand, which she likes to try and get into play. But the unfortunate thing about that situation is her forehand misfires, which is the main problem there. But Raducanu has also been very, very solid on serve, really working the points in her favour with it. And I think that's helped. I think it's just been a very solid performance from Raducanu. She's not going for too much. I think her most aggressive point was actually where she broke at 30-40. She went for her forehand and it worked. But I think, her strategy has very much been just keep the pressure on Ruse, draw an error. She knows it's going to come, and be patient, essentially.
That's unusual, though, because Emma's kind of known for a very aggressive playing style. So
I think she knows Ruse is not going to allow her to do that. They get into a regular rally, like Ruse has got the firepower to move her around and put her on the defense. Interestingly, she draws a lot of Ruse errors when she gives her the short ball. So it is unusual, you're right, but I think it's kind of the smart play against a player who can overdo things.
That poll that I posted on YouTube that I occasionally shared. Hi, Robin, by the way. Do hit the like button on Facebook and on YouTube and all that stuff. But the poll I posted on YouTube that I've occasionally shared at the changes of ends in your match, I was almost always on the Lehecka Djokovic match, but I did have an eye on you, and I could see when there was a change of ends, of course, and I thought I would share the poll on the screen as well as I'm doing right now. What would you vote in this poll? You probably already shared that thought, but I haven't heard it.
I haven't actually shared that thought. By the way, it's love 15 on the Raducanu on the Ruse serve in Auckland. I'm just going to keep an eye on that a little bit. But yeah, in terms of where I think, it's hard to say. I mean, on the strength of this performance, she might get top 50. But I'm going to say realistic and say it's probably going to be just top 50 if she does get it. That's kind of the ceiling I'm expecting for her. What's her case? If she was to show her US Open form week in, week out, obviously top 20.
Yeah.
But from this, I think that's going to be a slow build. So I think she might, I think top 50 is a her probably max that she should expect from the year, and anything else is going to be a bonus. I certainly think top 100.
Just having a quick look at some matches and scores that are going on around
I
the
was about to
world,
say,
really, right now. I'm just seeing that Liam Brody's up a set and a break in his first round match in Hong Kong
he is indeed.
against Cashin. Kecmanovic at the same stage is leading by a set and a double break over Daniel. There was a very interesting match earlier on in Brisbane with Hanfman and Korda. I think Korda was up comfortably in the first set, but Hanfman ended up taking it and actually won the match in straight sets. Botic van der Zandschulp won in straight sets as well, and as far as I'm aware, has yet to lose since appearing on Talking Tennis in Malaga. So that's good news for him. So yeah, some stuff there on the ATP side of things. I mentioned obviously Djokovic winning a United Cup match earlier or just now. Meaning that they will go into a deciding match doubles. That will mean that if Serbia win that, they will go into the semi-finals. Into the next round, I should say. But if they don't win it in that doubles match, I think they will be out. That's how decisive it is then for them. But the Czech Republic are already out, so that may help in terms of motivation. I see Wozniacki lost as Svitolina in straight sets in Auckland as well. That's kind of interesting. I'm just looking at this actually. You got Kenin as well losing in straight sets earlier too.
Yes, I missed that one earlier, but yeah, you're right. Kenin lost 7-5, 7-6 in Brisbane. Interestingly enough, with the Svitolina Wozniacki match, I did wake up just in time to see the stats flash up on my screen for that match. And interestingly, that match, even though it was 6-4, 6-3, featured 8 breaks of serve, 5 for Svitolina, 3 for Wozniacki. So it was definitely a match of strong returning. By the way, Ruse is at 40-30. They're into a really interesting rally there. Raducanu's done a very good job of forcing an error on the run from Ruse, and it's deuce now. We've seen a little bit of like Ruse's firepower on display, but actually that was a great example of Raducanu's court craft. Despite being middle of the court in a little bit of no man's land, she gets her forehand sort of half volley pretty deep, and Ruse has to sort of run backwards to try and pick it up and can't do it. So putting Ruse under pressure straight away in this second set.
I've got Danilovic and Medvedev are going to do the doubles match, by the way, for Serbia. And that may well be an indication of where Djokovic's wrist is at. But Matthew here highlighting Lehecka's 30 unforced errors. I think that doesn't tell the entire story, because I was pretty much across that match. It was just that Lehecka was just getting into situations as basically 99% of the tour does. And knowing that you just can't get drawn into the battle with Novak. Sorry, go on.
Break point here.
Talk us through it.
Yeah, so Ruse is serving, advantage Raducanu, and Ruse serves. Raducanu's got the forehand inside out into play. Backhand to the backhand of Raducanu. Trading backhands. Ruse goes up the middle with her backhand. Raducanu keeps going up the middle with hers. Ruse pulls the trigger with her backhand. Raducanu scrambles it. Forehand Raducanu on the run. Ruse is trying to attack. Raducanu's solid defense, tries to go up the line with the attacking shot, though misses it. Raducanu tried to hit the change up the line, puts it in the tram lines, deuce.
There you go. So yeah, so I don't think it quite tells the story, because actually I don't think Lehecka played that badly. And 30 unforced errors across 3 sets against Novak. Maybe there's also 1 or 2 of those have been added when they were forced errors. And like I say, the second set actually from both players was insane at level. And actually Lehecka winning that set is a credit to him. So I would suggest that's the case. Go on, Nick, sorry.
That's a break point for Raducanu in a really weird moment, because Raducanu shanks a forehand return that just lands in right next to Ruse. Sort of it bounces up and moonballs, but it's close to Ruse and high. She tries to hit the backhand and puts it way long. It's a break point for Raducanu. Raducanu put her hand up an apology because she knew it was kind of a bit of fortune there. Now the backhand returns in play. Slice attempt on the in the net from Raducanu. She was on the run. There was a big power from Ruse. Nothing she could do. That was in the net. It's juice.
Okay. So yeah, there we go. I've given my sort of short response there to Matthew. Everyone who is tuning in, by the way, do hit the like button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Yeah, Danny, though, I think what you're probably slightly misinterpreting, and I did think about the way I worded the question earlier. Perhaps I should have said 51 to 100 rather than top. I mean, top 10 is top 100, I think is probably
I mean,
what
no, I think
Danny.
it's more replying to comment I made. I said that
Oh,
because you didn't have top 100 as an option. You said outside
I
the top
see. I put
50.
top 50
And I
outside. Yeah,
said
yeah.
top 100 is pretty set on, but
But what that
unfortunately,
means, though,
I'm
Nick,
not willing
I
to
read between
say that
that.
she's going to make. I'm not willing to say that she's going to break top 50.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's what that means. It's sort of 50. If I said to you that Rafa was going to end the year in the top 100, that means I don't have a lot of confidence he's going to finish top 50, top 20, top 10, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what tennis speak. I would suggest.
But even then with Rafa, if his comeback doesn't go well, and he plays a limited amount of tournaments, he might not even break 100.
Yeah.
Same for Raducanu. Oh,
Yeah.
another
I don't know.
break
I
point
wonder
chance.
how many
Raducanu goes begging, by the way. Second serve, Raducanu re-attacked the backhand, put it in the net on the return. It's deuce. It's a third break point missed by Raducanu.
I don't know how many matches or how many matches you probably generally have to win to be in the top 100. If you're on the full tour.
I did work this out a long time back in 2021. I did work this out. I know.
I mean, if you played 60 matches and you won 30, and of course there's a lot of variances there in depends on what matches you win, and you could win 14 Grand Slam matches across 2 tournaments, and you'll probably be world number 1, and then lose every other match on the rest of the tour. But yeah, but you know what I mean. If you play 60 matches in a season and you win half of them, you're probably having a pretty good year.
Game point for Ruse, who again have powers on display. Big forehand sort of from mid-court to finish. And now she has advantage to try and claim this game. Ruse was wearing sort of a purple long sleeve top, which she's now removed, and now she's in an all black outfit. I'm surprised they are wearing long sleeves in New Zealand summer. But yes, no, Ruse is... Yeah, it's fine. Can tell. Ruse is abandoning the ball toss on the second serve. She's kind of going for it on the wide backhand from Raducanu on the attack, trying to pressure Ruse, but that's attackable forehand. They're trading forehands at the minute, not really going for it. Raducanu does try to go for it, puts it long, and it's game Ruse. She's dug herself out of a hole there. First game of the second set, that's going to be critical. Going back to what you were saying, I think you have to win an average of 2 to 3 games a tournament, 2 or 3 games, 2 or 3 matches a tournament to be top 10.
Yeah, top 10, yeah.
To be top 10. So I think to be top 100, you have to win a match in a WTA or ATP tour event, or every other tour event, pretty much.
Yeah.
So as long as you're regularly-ish winning matches on the tour, you'll be top 100. If you're kind of maybe qualifying but struggling to win matches on the main tour, you're probably going to be scrambling to stay there, pretty much.
Yeah, right. And I also saw some interesting stuff a couple of days ago about, how many points you'd probably need to make, say, the ATP Tour finals. I'm guessing the WTA would be the same number. 3,000 will put you in a good shout. If you like. I think so. Basically, the cutoff I think this year was 3,300. I think, and it depends on what happens every year. But Sonia here is saying, I'm not watching at the moment. What's Emma's strategy? Well, I think you were suggesting just to be very patient, Nick, right?
Yeah. She's trying to be a bit more aggressive, but it's huge backhand from Ruse, forces an out from Raducanu. She can't live with it, frames it, love 15. It's that patience she's trying to do. I think the first game here, she's tried to be a little bit more aggressive. It's not necessarily worked for her, but try and be patient with Ruse. She knows she makes a lot of unforced errors. Try and be solid with serve and just basically make sure her level doesn't dip below a certain point. She's not going to get away with that against Elena, but if she wins this match, but against Ruse, she can do it.
Sonia and Roger, certainly new names and new faces to me. Please do hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. So anyway, so loads of tennis going on in loads of different parts of the world as well. It's possibly even more confusing than the first day of a Grand Slam, bearing in mind we've got United Cup team event happening in Perth and Sydney. We've got a WTA event in Auckland and a WTA and ATP event in Brisbane, and then another ATP Tour event happening in Hong Kong. Rafa Nadal returning to the court on the day of the returns to the court, perhaps, because I think we've got Cilic returning in Hong Kong, Rafa in Brisbane, and of course Emma here in Auckland. I think I saw Emma has been away for about 244 days. I say about. I saw that figure on Twitter today from a Twitter account that said it was going to post a picture of Emma every day until she returned to the tour.
They must be so relieved she's back for multiple reasons.
I was thinking.
I think they were clearly run out of photos by about day 220. Emma Raducanu is not happy, by the way, at the minute. She's arguing with the umpire about a Hawkeye call. Love 30 for Ruse. I think she's probably happy that kind of the point's been given to Ruse because I think it was called out. Ruse challenged, the ball was in, and the umpire's given her the point. So now Raducanu's in a bit of a hole at the minute. Love 30.
Yeah, I see that. But yes, and of course, Rafa Nadal, I don't know the exact number of days, but I can probably guess, and I won't be too far away. It's about 350 days. But we can all just say basically a year since that last match he had against McDonald.
Good thing no one tried to do a poster picture of Rafael Nadal until he comes back.
Yeah, right. Well, the thing is, you just weren't really sure if he'd ever come back. And fortunately for him, of course, this is the day. Love 40 now, I see, on the Raducanu serve.
Backhand into the net from Raducanu. That was definitely a sense of frustration in that one because she had it teed up perfectly. She was up in the point, tried to go behind Ruse up the line with it and puts it in the top of the net from the mid-court. So it's love 40. Raducanu's got to dig herself out of a problem here. And it's the first break points that Ruse has had on the Raducanu serve. Serves out wide. The backhand of Ruse into the net. So first break point save with a very good first serve out wide from Emma Raducanu. So great job here from Emma Raducanu. Bouncing the ball. Getting ready to go. Ruse's looking to make most of these opportunities. Raducanu struggled to win more than 3 consecutive points on serve. She's not how to love this match. Serves out wide, but it's wide. Too wide. Second serve. Ruse is pumping her fist. She's geeing herself up. She's bouncing on her on the balls of her feet. Raducanu's got this. Going to get the second serve into the net, and it's a double fault. Game Ruse 2-love. And it's not going to be so easy for Raducanu. Someone it is easy for is Liam Brody, who's 3 points away from beating Petro Kachin in Hong Kong. He's leading 6-4, 5-love, and he's serving for it.
Nice. It's probably a fairly nice-ish first round for Liam, but either way, he's getting the job done. Qualifying as well, of course, coming through 2 matches there. I think he's done it.
Fairly established top 100 player.
Well, 108 in the world right now.
That's Brody, isn't it?
Yeah, Brody. Oh, sorry, Cashin. Yeah, I know, but you're going to probably play a top 100 player in the first. Probably. I mean, depends.
Yeah, but I meant in terms of like, okay, that's an interesting one. Raducanu's backhand into the bottom of the net and actually rolled through the net, through the bottom of the net, which is interesting. I don't see that outside of playing tennis in the park very often. Unless, of course, you are you've played in those kind of events where there's no actual net; it's just a stick over the top. You've got to make sure you can't tell if it's gone under or not. Big serving from Ruse at the minute, and at the minute, Raducanu is not able to live with the power. And this is what I mentioned this during the first set before you were on, John. If Ruse hits a purple patch, I'm not sure Raducanu can live with the power that she's producing.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. And so there is a slight swing of momentum, of course, there. Somebody asking in the live chat, of course, we can't share the Raducanu match. I do know that in some countries, the United Cup is available for free on YouTube. But the ATP and WTA matches or tournaments, unfortunately, are not.
There's nowhere in the world that I'm aware of, maybe one or two public broadcasters that would have this tournament. on
in Korea,
free
I
to air.
guess you'll have to find out, but probably just Google Google TV. I tend to put TV in the language of the country I'm in, and the match I'm looking for, and then finding out.
Yeah, it might be on New Zealand TV.
Yeah, although if this person is in South Korea, I have no idea.
No, don't know very much outside my own country or the US. Forehand +1 winner from Ruse. Raducanu tried to put an aggressive return into play and come in behind it, but Ruse's forehand just went cross court, dropped well in. Raducanu couldn't reach it, and 3-love already in this set.
Yeah, let's see if I can get the matchup on my screen now.
Yeah. I found it interesting looking at these scores that Tsitsipas didn't play singles in the United Cup.
He didn't know, and yet he did play
doubles.
doubles though. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Was it 1-1 when it went into the doubles?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and so maybe he's just a tiny bit hurt. And this is just pure speculation. I have no idea what the issue was. Maybe a few hours more treatment might have helped him. I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that you're not going to have quite as much stress on whatever part of the body it was. Maybe it's basically he could have played the singles, but it's like, let's see if we win 2-0 and then I don't have to. I mean, the double still happens, of course, in this format, but it might be slightly less less crucial. I don't know, is my honest answer. I'm just speculating on all of this.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Brody's done and dusted. 4-love, 6-4, 6-love. So that's so at least there's going to be some Brits still in action for the rest of the week. Given that the Brits are at the United Cup, Andy Murray is out of Brisbane. Dan Evans was in the United Cup team, so he's not playing. And Raducanu, we'll have to see how she goes here. She's not out yet, but she's going to have a difficult one.
The Dan Evans is in the United Cup team, is he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's not playing. Yeah, he was like the backup singles player.
But he's healthy then?
As far as I'm aware. But obviously, Norrie's the number one player, so obviously going to play him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great forehand from Raducanu, putting Ruse under pressure. 15-love, just battering her on the cross-court side. She kind of exhales like, that clearly felt good. That clearly felt good to her. Battering her with the forehand. Matthew's asking about the Czech doubles team. I'll throw over to you, United Cup man.
Well, all I'll say is that, I mean, Matthew's already aware of this, that Djokovic isn't playing and that the Czech team is very much the favourite. Mind you, Vondrousova's not playing either. I mean, the big thing is that the Czechs they're out. So, although, bearing in mind they're out, maybe these guys will be super motivated just because they're having a run out, if you like, rather than Vondrousova playing. I think it's anybody's, but I would probably just err slightly more towards the Czech Republic. I've also got Coric, by the way, on my screen against Griekspoor. So I've got 2 matches at least available to me right now, which is Coric Griekspoor in a singles between the Netherlands and Croatia. In fact, Griekspoor has 2 set points to take a 1-set-to-love lead, albeit on the Coric serve. But the Czech Republic and Serbia are just warming up right now.
Ruse has massively overhit a forehand to give Raducanu 40-love in this game. So things kind of settling back to where they were a little bit. First set from Raducanu, Ruse in play. Backhand Raducanu deep, so Ruse backhand up the line from Raducanu. Forehand into the net from Ruse, offered very deep backhand. And Raducanu holds to love for the first time in the match. Sets up done. If Ruse has another loose service game, back on, it's all back on.
Yeah, that's what you need. Just trying to see if I can get this Raducanu match.
Yeah, let's see. I don't know. I think you. What is it you need? I think it depends on what you've got in Germany, right?
Yeah, I was logged into, it's on Sky, and I logged into Sky earlier, and I was watching football actually, but I'll need to fiddle around a bit and figure
Football this
things
time of the morning?
out. No, it was a few hours ago. It was like 10 o'clock, I guess, UK time. It was Liverpool against Newcastle.
Oh yeah, forehand long, by the way, for Elena-Gabriela Ruse. So it's love 15 to Emma Raducanu. Ruse is serving. Obviously, we've got some ACP scores on the board at the minute. I think Bro's Bro's already won. So it's that day. Oh, unreturned serve from Ruse. 15 all on my screen. So digs herself out of a little bit of problems there. 3-1 Ruse, 15 all. Gets ready to serve. Wearing her black Adidas gear. Huge serve down the tee. Raducanu just about gets it in play. Backhand Rooster on the attack. Raducanu's on the run. Again, scrambles it back in play. She's just doing her best to scramble everything back in play. Can't do that, though. Backhand up the line for mid-court. Winner from Rooster, 30-15.
All right, I'll be back shortly. I'm not far away, and of course I know you have to leave at some point. So just give me a shout.
Probably about an hour. Yeah.
So. Oh, okay, great. Well, could well be either midway through the third set, or if it gets done and dusted in straight sets, then before the match finishes. But I'm here. I'm not far away.
Yeah, cool. We'll keep you abreast of all things tennis. Matthew, I have seen your question. If Checker out to Serbia to win this match to qualify, that's probably going to be a change of ends question. Ruse is currently serving at 30-15. Backhand from Raducanu in play. Backhand to the Raducanu forehand trying to change direction. Forehand Ruse across court. Push Raducanu out. They're really moving each other around the court. Backhand up the line from Raducanu. Forehand again going cross court. Trying to be aggressive. Puts it out. 40-15. Raducanu challenges, but I'm pretty confident that that's out, to be honest. And it's interesting at the minute that when Raducanu's the one trying to change things up, trying to go aggressive, she's the one making it. She didn't miss by much, but she did miss. She's definitely frustrated at the minute. And, we were saying earlier, like Raducanu being patient isn't her normal game style. I think it was smart not to come out firing and just make sure that she's able to compete. But yeah, now she's trying to change things up and trying to go more aggressive. And at the minute, it's just not settling in and being consistent and working against Ruse. First up into the net from the Romanian, though. 3-1. Serves. Backhand in play from Raducanu. Chopped from Ruse. Raducanu is now putting pressure on coming in behind a forehand. Great backhand volley. It's a forehand volley, but it's not needed because that serve was in the net from Ruse. That return was in the net from Ruse. It's 40-30. So yeah, Raducanu, very, very good point there. And best net point she's had for this match, actually, to be honest. So wasn't necessarily decisive, but put Ruse under enough pressure to pass it that eventually it paid off. Maybe Raducanu needs to do some doubles and improve her net game a little bit. Not saying it's bad, it's just not as good as others. Definitely better than mine. Gonna say that. Better than most amateurs. All amateurs, I would say. 40-30, second serve for Elena-Gabriela Ruse to try and close this game out, but she's aborting the ball toss. I think it's getting a little bit nervy, maybe because of the onslaughts coming from Raducanu, who's stepping in on that return, goes for the backhand cross court. Now she's going to take the forehand out of the air. Ruse can't run it down. It's a winner from Raducanu. It's deuce. And there's a little bit more aggression from Emma. Steps in on the return, comes in, takes the shot out of the air on the forehand, wins the point. She is definitely on it. That change of ends might not be coming anytime soon then. Sorry, Matthew. We'll have to see how it goes. Serve is long from Ruse. Pressure now on the Romanian. Deuce. Gets ready to go. Second serve in play, forehand from Raducanu across court to the forehand of Ruse, forehand Raducanu to the forehand of Ruse, dragged wide, advantage Raducanu. Here we go again. It's like the opening game of this set. Advantage Raducanu. So the opening game because Raducanu had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity and couldn't quite convert. So how this one goes is going to be interesting. What does Emma Raducanu have? Gets the return in play just about. Now she's being pushed back behind the baseline, comes in. Forehand Raducanu short. Forehand Ruse is trying to go up the line for a winner. Misses it. It's back on serve, 3-2. Raducanu is going to be serving at 2-3 down in this set, but she's back on serve. And that's very, very positive from the Brit. That was a good break. Puts the pressure on Ruse and gets the results. Right, so people are asking about United Cup permutations. So let's have a look and see. Let's have a look and see, because it'll probably say on the United Cup website what people need to do. That's the downside of doing it as 3 groups in the United Cup, is it does mean that it's kind of hard to follow exactly how we were going to do it. Like yesterday, James and I on Twitter were trying to work out sort of what GB needed to progress, and at the end of the day, it didn't happen because Australia won the doubles. But yes, so it's literally so yeah, in terms of the scenarios, Serbia need to win this doubles match to qualify. If Serbia lose, China wins the group. And Serbia will probably go out. Robin, Ruse was not a lucky loser. Ruse qualified. She was a qualifier. She came through a couple of rounds of qualifying. She earned her spot on the draw. 100%. She's not benefited from any withdrawals from the event. And honestly, Roger, to answer your question, no, I think injuries have hurt Emma more than any expectations. I think it's been very clear since she came on the scene that she's got obviously her development has some physical fragilities. Similar situation with Jack Draper on the ATP side. So I think there's some kind of issue with the conditioning that British tennis system puts players through. So yeah, honestly, I think it was injuries, and that was the problem more than anything else. There was no issues with her ability to compete, to bring the level. She played a couple of really good matches in the last couple of years. It's literally just been fitness, and that's why she's had the surgery. So yeah, honestly, it's injury more than mentality, I think, for Raducanu. I think she's got a champion's mentality. Forehand from Ruse to the forehand of Raducanu up the line. Long, 15-all. And yeah, as we've been saying, like Raducanu being a little bit probably more aggressive than trying to up the aggression a little bit. It's not always working, but it is putting Ruse under a little bit of pressure and making the Romanian think twice. Raducanu's just got to stay solid on serve. It's a very good serve out wide. Follows up with a forehand back to Ruse on the forehand. Trading forehands at the minute. Raducanu changed direction with a moon ball to the backhand. Backhand just in. They're trading backhands again. Now Raducanu changed direction to the forehand of Ruse. They're moving each other all over the court at the minute. Ruse tries to go up the line, misses it. Goes wide and out. Wide and long. 30-15. Raducanu definitely definitely extending the rounds a little bit. She's definitely putting plenty of short balls in the mix, but unfortunately, one of the kind of short balls that Ruse could kind of try and tempt Ruse into overhitting it until the last one anyway. 30-all. Raducanu serves up the tee to the forehand of Raducanu, forehand of Ruse. They're trading forehands. Raducanu tries to accelerate and change the direction, go up the line, puts it in the high part of the net. 30-all. Little bit of a cheer from Ruse. Almost a Novak-esque roar from the Romanian. 30 all. Suddenly the pressure's back on Raducanu. This is not necessarily helpful right now for the Brit. Great serve from Raducanu, but Ruse scrums it into play. And another overhit forehand from Raducanu goes long. 30-40. 2 up the line forehands. 1 in the net, 1 over the baseline from Emma Raducanu. And now she's facing break point again. And after all that hard work of getting this match back on serve, she's just overhitting it a little bit to try and take control, to maintain control. Momentum was with her, could swing all the way back to Ruse. First serve is long from Raducanu. Here we go. Bouncing the ball. Serves. Into the net. Double fault. Game Ruse. 4-2 Romanian back in front in this set. Back in control of the set. We could be going to a decider here. Could be going to a decider. So 4-2 Ruse is going to be serving. She's got to try and maintain this advantage. Bounces the ball, gets ready to go. Goes up the tee. Raducanu gets the backhand into play. The return games of both are really, really good. Backhand to the backhand of Raducanu, sliced. Awkward shot for Ruse to hit. They're trading forehands. Forehand into the net from Ruse, love 15. And that was a couple of awkward shots from Raducanu to try and disrupt Ruse and try and make sure she doesn't get that forehand properly firing into gear. She doesn't want it coming off the sweet spot of Ruse's racket. Ruse serves up the tee. Forehand into play from Raducanu. Backhand winner from Ruse, inside out, 15 all. So John's probably keeping us across multiple matches at the minute. He's keeping an eye on the Czech Serbia doubles, Kanskaya and Azarenka in Brisbane, Charles Sporting United Cup. It appears that Auckland is the one tournament that he doesn't have access to. Also, just getting underway in Hong Kong, the return of Marin Cilic, who is currently in action against Jan-Lennard Struff in Hong Kong. Match the first round to see how well their former US Open champion is doing. Another former US Open champion in Emma Raducanu is currently in trouble a little bit here. She's 30-15 down in this game to Ruse, who is serving at 4-2. Goes out wide and too wide, Ruse, on the serve. So she's got a second serve. Let's see what Raducanu can do with this. Raducanu on the attack. Gets it back in on the return. Trading backhand to the net from Ruse, 30 all. Great aggressive return from Raducanu to really push Ruse back, and Ruse wasn't really hitting through the ball in the same way, and eventually succumbed to the pressure from Emma Raducanu. It's 30 all. Can Raducanu get this back? Is this going to be one of those boomerang break sets where it's all about breaks of serve? Ruse serves out wide, misses. So we've got a second serve to look at. And Raducanu's got a second serve to look at. Forehand from Raducanu to the forehand of Ruse. Forehand Raducanu cross court. Forehand Ruse loops up. Raducanu's going to try and change direction, puts it very aggressive forehand into play. But the backhand into the net from Raducanu, and Ruse fist pumps. Raducanu was in control of that rally. She was up, but that backhand was just too low. Ends up in the net. 40-30. Ruse is a little bit fortunate. So yeah, Serbia. Is looking at the permutations of the United Cup. Backhand from Ruse to the backhand of Raducanu into the net under pressure, and it's game Ruse, and she's one game away from leveling this match at 1 set all. So yeah, looking at the scenarios for the United Cup, yeah, basically Serbia needs to avoid Czechia winning that match. They need to get this doubles. But see a comment here from Matthew about Aussies on home turf. Yeah, Aussie's always been dated on home turf. There's always an Aussie story at pretty much every turn whenever the Australian summer of tennis comes around. Yeah, when it's I think there's always an Aussie story somewhere. We had who do we have last year? Obviously, we've had 2 Australian doubles teams win the men's doubles consecutive years. Kokkinakis last couple of years as well has had some good results. Yeah, there's some options there for the Aussies, and I think I'm looking forward to seeing what they can pull off. I mean, Tomjanovic definitely caused Pegula some issues yesterday in the United Cup from what I saw. So we'll just see where we're going. Time is called. Raducanu is going to be stepping out to serve at 2-5. Wants to keep the pressure on Ruse. Doesn't want to let this set go too easily. Needs to keep some momentum going into a third if needed. A capitulation is not what she needs, to be honest. She needs to give herself confidence going into this set. Longer set than the last one, interestingly, even though it's fewer games. First serve is good from Raducanu. The return thought from Ruse, clips the top of the net and comes back on her side. 15-love. Raducanu was well in to chase it down. She didn't need to. Good start from the Brit. Serves out wide. The backhand of Ruse. Backhand up the line from Raducanu was good. 30-love. The +1 backhand up the line. I thought that was a winner. There's a Hawkeye challenge on it. Oh, she missed it. 15-all. It's that aggressive change-up that, yeah, whenever Raducanu tries to hit that aggressive change-up shot, usually on the backhand, but even on the forehand, it's just not quite landing in. Serves out wide from Raducanu, but I think I'm pretty sure that was let because that was very short and very low. Let's go another attempt at the first serve. Goes out wide again. Oh, Ruse tried to hit a forehand blasted return, puts it in the top of the net, and it's the high part of the net. It's 30-15 for Emma Raducanu. Trying to extend this set, trying to put pressure on Ruse to serve out. Maybe get herself back in this and close this in straights. Who knows? She's already broken Ruse a couple of times this match. Don't forget she had a chance to break Ruse at the beginning of this set, and this could be a very different story if she had. Second serve, forehand from Ruse into play, backhand to the backhand of Ruse at the minute. Slice from Raducanu, who was a little bit too close to that shot. Forehand to the forehand of Ruse is going up the line. Raducanu just chases it down, gets it back into play. Short mid-court forehand from Ruse, but then changes up from sort of mid-court off kind of her shoes is wide, and it's 40-15 to Raducanu. The Czech doubles team are a double breakup in the first set. That's not good news for Serbia because they need to win in straight sets to guarantee qualification. Otherwise, it's going to be a complicated situation. Serves from Raducanu to the forehand. Trading forehands at the minute. Looped up under pressure from Ruse, who hits the haymaker forehand from shoulder height, and it's 40-30 with a winner. Great hitting from the Romanian, and that forehand's been a real problem for Raducanu this match. It's been the big weapon for the Romanian. Wide on the first serve, trying to get up the tee from Raducanu. Second serve. pressure to close this out. It's not been a straightforward match for either player, really. Short serve, backhand from Ruse. Forehand Raducanu moving Ruse around. Forehand Raducanu mid-court. Ruse is chasing it down. Backhand to the backhand of Raducanu. Slice from Ruse. Forehand from Raducanu just gets over the net. Back inside out. They're going to the Ruse backhand, trying to avoid that forehand at the minute. Now Raducanu tries to change direction, puts it into the net. Deuce. And it's that change of direction shot that's really letting her down at the minute. That wasn't even an aggressive one. That was just trying to change things up a bit. And we're at deuce. And Ruse is now 2 points away from getting the second set and leveling it a set all. Should be all right for battery. Just checking the battery on my laptop, making sure I can still talk to you guys. Raducanu serves. Ruse scrambles the return in play. Raducanu goes back behind. That was a smart shot. That ended up being a winner. Ruse couldn't reach it. It's advantage to Raducanu. Great serve, pushing Ruse out wide, and then the +1 forehand going back behind. Ruse couldn't reach it. Didn't need to be a lot of power, just needs to be placed right. Raducanu gets ready. Long from the Brit. She's going to have to do this with a second serve if she wants to extend this set. Lovely to have everyone here. Give us a like if you are enjoying. Oh, shanked backhand from Raducanu. The ball goes behind her, almost into the stands, and it's deuce again. That was a unfortunate thing. Yeah, everyone's crowd's kind of scrambling for the ball a bit. It just came off the frame of a racket. Just came off the frame of a racket. It's a frame rather than a shank, but still. Returning play from Ruse. Now who gets the forehand? The Raducanu forehand. Mid-court at the minute. Raducanu didn't change direction. Tries to go for the lines a bit more with her forehand. That's a change of direction shot that actually works from Raducanu. Forehand winner up the line. Advantage Raducanu. Absolutely love it. The crowd absolutely loving it, I think, in New Zealand. Getting great entertainment in the evening, their time. Morning, my time. Emma Raducanu. Serves out wide to the backhand of Ruse into the net. And Raducanu has held. It's 5-3. Ruse is going to have to serve this one out if she wants to take this to a decider. But she's certainly making it competitive. So Ruse is serving for the set. To answer your question, Matthew, yes, Noah Rubin is making a comeback. I've seen some news about it on Twitter as well. I don't know much about him. I never follow his career closely. But yes, Noah Rubin is making a comeback. But all the eyes should be on the WTA right now in Auckland. Serve from Ruse to the backhand of Raducanu, which is middle of the court. Now forehand to the forehand of Raducanu, changing direction. Ruse is running down the backhand side. Long, love 15. Great play from Raducanu. That fine up the line is now working, moving Ruse around. There's actually lots of deep shots from Raducanu. So not necessarily with power, but great placement from the Brit. Ruse knows she's under a little bit of pressure. Now, still 4 points away. Still should be able to take herself out of this trouble. Wide first serve. Second serve to come. She wants to serve this game out. She needs to serve this game out. Aborts the ball toss on the second serve. Definitely some nerves in play. Maybe there's some wind. Serves out wide. Backhand. Great backhand return from Raducanu. Really aggressive. And the follow-up backhand from Ruse is into the net. It's love 30. Raducanu seizing a chance to keep the set going. To pull off the comeback. There's been a lot of momentum shifts in this set alone. Lots of pressure now on Elena-Gabriela Ruse, who serves. Gets the first serve in play, but the returns in play from Raducanu. The backhand is wide from Ruse on the +1, and it's love 40. 3 break points for Raducanu. This is how she broke Ruse the first time. Love 40 for Emma Raducanu, with Ruse serving for the set. Get ready to go. Ruse bouncing the ball. Serves out wide, misses it by quite some margin, to be honest. Quite some margin. Love 40. Second serve. Raducanu gets the serve over the net. But it's aborted. It's aborted because it looks like it was a let on the second serve. That's a nervy situation for Elena-Gabriela Ruse. Second serve, double fault into the net. Raducanu has broken back. It's 5-4. She's going to be serving to stay in the second set now. Lots of stuff going on around the ground Australia as well. Czechia is serving for the first set. That's really going to make Serbia's life hard in terms of progressing through to the United Cup quarterfinals. It would mean that it's going to have to go down to percentages against the USA if Czechia can convert this. Azarenka is serving for the match against Kalinskaya. Looks like she's been pretty dominant, to be honest. Great, to be honest. Azarenka looking pretty strong in Australia, as she has done for most of her career, to be fair. She's had most of her success here. Obviously, 2-time champion of the Australian Open, semi-finalist last year. Got big points to defend this tournament. So, yeah, there's a lot happening around Australia at the minute, in Brisbane, in Perth, in Sydney, and although it's not part of Australia, New Zealand as well. Yeah, New Zealand is probably, I should probably not count it as part of Australia. I think that's probably offended a lot of Kiwis with that. So I apologise. But I probably don't have any Kiwis on the stream because you could probably watch this match. I mean, you're saying there might be a twist, Matthew, but I think the scoreline is pretty comfortable for Azarenka, no? Oh, maybe not. 6-1-5-4. Noshkov is in the battle with Babosh as well in Brisbane. Anyway, great serve from Raducanu with the return going into the net from Ruse. And it's 15-love. So pretty good start to this game from Emma Raducanu. What's going to happen next? Great serve from Raducanu. Ruse just scrambles the return back. Moonball is attacked by Ruse, who then has a follow-up shot, inside-out forehand, winner, moving Raducanu around, hits it into space. That's a shot that she's not been able to hit for a while. That's going to give her some confidence. 15-all. And Raducanu's got to be careful because she doesn't want this momentum, because this momentum shift could happen very, very easily in this situation. Good serve from Raducanu, goes for the attack on the +1, tries to go for the forehand volley. Ruse just passes her. Backhand passing shot winner, and the volleys haven't been super effective from Raducanu. She was at the net. She could have put that away. It ended up being a little bit too close to Ruse, who could easily chase that down and hit that backhand passing shot winner. 15-30 for Ruse. 2 points away from this first set. Forehand into play from Ruse. Now they're trading backhands, putting Raducanu under pressure on the backhand side. Ruse is now teeing up a forehand, inside out, winner. Raducanu was kind of stranded at the middle of the baseline, and it's 2 set points for Elena-Gabriela Ruse on the Raducanu serve. Keep an eye on the chat for more match updates from John from around the world. There's also a match in Hong Kong happening. between Cilic and Struff. But it's 15-40 on the Raducanu serve in Auckland. Great serve. Clips the line. Ruse gets it back into play. And now it's a neutral rally. Forehand to forehand. Really pushing it. But that forehand was long for Raducanu. And it's 50. And it's now set to Ruse. 6-4. One set all in Auckland. Which is going to be interesting because, well, who knows where this is going to go. At the minute, judging by the second set, could go either way. I think there's definitely been a lot of momentum swings in this set. Like the first set was fairly solid from both. Set 2 was about swing one way or the other. At the end of the day, Ruse was the one who Ruse was the one who could finish it. So Ruse was the one who could finish it in the end. Got some really good shots in, forced the issue in that set. Although I will say maybe Emma will regret that volley that she had. I forget what the point was. It was like love 15 maybe. And if I can point out a slight weakness, it is that that net games let her down a couple of times at critical points, unfortunately. So yeah, that's the situation. They're currently changing ends before the set. So looks like other twists are happening as well. Callan Sky is obviously broken back against Azarenka in Brisbane. It looks like Raducanu's gone off court. So this might be... Oh, no, it's just an extended break by the look of it. It's hard to say. No, they're still there. So they're getting up and getting ready to start this third set. So yeah, everyone's having trouble holding serve at the minute. Azarenka having trouble to hold serve out the match. Czechia having trouble serving out their advantage in the mixed doubles in United Cup. And Raducanu had trouble serving out, having wrestled the momentum back from Ruse in that set. Hoping to be able to continue to bring you commentary on this match in this deciding set. I think probably British fans are going to be hoping for Raducanu to turn on the afterburners here. First serve is long from Ruse. First serve of this deciding set is long from the Romanian. Raducanu's bouncing on her toes. Wearing her white and pink Nike gear. Backhand into the net on the return from Raducanu. 15-love. Smart second serve. Had a bit more pace than Raducanu was expecting. Also, maybe it was a bit of an aggressive return attempt to go up the line over the high part of the net from the Brit. Ruse serves. Raducanu gets it into play. Backhand Ruse to the backhand of Raducanu. Then mid-courting it long from Raducanu. 30-love for Ruse. This is really not going Raducanu's way on her comeback at the minute. And maybe she's going to be the first comeback player to falter. Obviously, this is the week of comebacks with Naomi Osaka, Amanda Anisimova, Anna Raducanu, Marin Cilic, Rafael Nadal, Noah Rubin, all making comebacks in the minute. They're trading backhands right now in Auckland. Raducanu puts a bit more angle on that one, changes direction with a slice. That just clips the line. That was too good, 30-15. Great result. Great slice from Raducanu. High risk, could have gone wrong, but it clips the line. And too good. Ruse had to concede. That was just too good. So yeah. Ruse serves to the forehand of Raducanu. Forehand Ruse. Forehand Raducanu inside out. Backhand Ruse. Backhand slice from Raducanu to the forehand of Ruse cross court. Forehand Raducanu up the line, moving Ruse from side to side. Backhand to the Ruse backhand, which is a winner. Under pressure, hit. She makes the space. She finds the space. There wasn't a lot of it, but she found the angle to pull it off for an inside-out backhand winner, 40-15. Pressure happening all over the place. We've got Serbia pushing back in the United Cup. Azarenka's got another opportunity to serve out the match in Brisbane. Forehand into the net from Raducanu on the return of serve, and it's game Ruse. First game, third set. First game of the third set. So Raducanu now under a little bit of pressure. This is the first time that Ruse has probably been ahead in the match. Obviously, Raducanu was serving first. That's the first set. First the first set. So that's the situation there. And then Ruse obviously being a set down in set two. This is the first time that Ruse has actually been ahead on the scoreboard. Lots of drama happening in Brisbane between Azarenka and Kalinskaya, by the way. Will that hold up Rafa's return? For backhand. So the backhand of Raducanu just clears the net. Ruse is being forced in. Raducanu's going for the passing shot off the top of the net. Really awkward. Still lifts up the volley. Back. Oh, my word. Ruse has tried to go for it. Misses it. Raducanu's coming into the net. Drop shot. Winner. Oh, my word. That was a bizarre point. But Raducanu gets it. 15-love. I did not describe that very well because that was just bonkers to watch. They were literally up all over the court. It was not the prettiest tennis you could watch. Ruse came in, kind of got befuddled by a net cord, then couldn't do the back smash, still ran it down, but Raducanu's drop shot would have forced her to run forward. Really weird point, that one. That's probably going to end up in the highlight reel, though. Out wide serve from Raducanu. Great +1 forehand winner, 30-love. That's one of the best points she's played in the match. Out wide serve, then the + forehand winner up the line. That's the kind of play she was trying to make work in the second set. It just wasn't coming across. But that's one of the aggressive points that actually worked for Raducanu. First serve into the net, though, from the Brit. Didn't look like clearing it, to be honest. Ruse getting ready. Very aggressive sort of return stance. Forehand long from Ruse. On the return, over the baseline. She was going for the haymaker forehand return, and it's 40-love. Getting live score updates on Azarenka Kalinskaya in Brisbane. Who would have thought, after looking at the score, that would be an interesting match? But Azarenka would have that one. Great first serve from Raducanu, who then goes backhand back behind on the +1 from Ruse. Raducanu, backhand, +1. Winner, back behind Ruse. Wrong footing, the Romanian. Holds to love. Great hold from Raducanu, 1-all. And that is a really, really good game from Raducanu. That's probably that's the only game she's managed to win aggressively this match, I think. Or the first game I've seen her winning primarily through her own aggression. And this is probably coming from a realization that she needs to change things up. Serve from great serve from Ruse, but Raducanu is still going. Slices it back in under pressure now from Ruse, who's Raducanu's running everything down. Can't run that down though. Great backhand volley out the air, double-handed. Trying to finish it off. 15-love from Ruse. Great point. Great defense from Raducanu. Ruse had come in to the net to try and finish her off, and Raducanu was doing an excellent job of running everything down and keeping it high and awkward, but eventually Ruse managed to fire the angle that Raducanu couldn't run down. 15-love. Ruse, 15-love. Here we go. Bounces the ball. Yeah, exactly, IS. I completely agree. And those are unpredictable things, really. But I'm sure she'll be smart about her scheduling. She'll want to play the big events if she can. Backhand up the line from Raducanu to the forehand. Oh, under pressure again from Ruse. Tries to get up the line with her forehand on the run. Doesn't work. 30-love. But that was an excellent, aggressive point from Ruse, just keeping Raducanu pushed back and under pressure. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We've just passed 5,000. We are a fast-growing YouTube channel, and you want to be along for the ride because this is going to be a good year. I think we've brought you a lot of really good content in 2023. We're looking to up in 2024. Raducanu going for the return up the line on the forehand. Too aggressive. Goes wide. 40 love. I said too aggressive, and obviously it was an aggressive shot. That's my alarm. So yeah, 40 love for Elena-Gabriela Ruse, which is sealed with an ace. 2-1. Still ahead in this match. Yeah, it's not my waking up alarm. It's usually to how we keep track of my morning. So yeah, 40 love. So yeah, holds love from Ruse and Raducanu. Yeah. My life away from tennis. Well, you know, I do have a life away from tennis, unfortunately. Would love to spend my life watching tennis, but that's just not going to happen. Yeah, strong service holds from both. I think Raducanu went for maybe a little bit too much on a couple of returns, but you could say that for Ruse as well. But as I was just saying, you know, she's got to change things up if she wants to try and win it. So that's the problem with taking risks in tennis, is that if they don't pay off, the things going wrong could look spectacular and not in a good way. So it's 2-1 with serve in this third set. Bit more stability in this set so far. More like the first set. This might be one of those matches where the three sets are very, very different. Three sets are very, very different to each other. But we'll see how it goes. 2-1 to Ruse. So Raducanu serving. We're already 10 minutes into this set. Backhand in play from Ruse. Forehand Raducanu. Forehand Ruse. Long. 15 love Raducanu on this service game. Getting ready to serve already. Trying to keep momentum with her. Got 13 seconds on the clock when she's serving. Already ready. Backhand in play. Backhand into the net from Raducanu. 15 all. Oh, good result for Chorich to save 2 set points and now an upper set the break against Griekspoor. Great serve from Raducanu. Too good. 30-15. Ruse got a racket on it, but there wasn't nothing she could do to control it. Czechs winning the first set in the United Cup. That's very bad news for Serbia. It puts their chances of qualifying very much in jeopardy. They're going to have to really do well in this next set. Forehand. They're trading forehands at the minute. Wild forehand from Ruse. Wide. 40-15. Raducanu's got 2 points to try and seal this game and keep this third set tight. 2 all. For 2 all. Not that 2 all yet. Still 1-2. Serves. First serve in play. Ruse's get the return in play, but the backhand. Oh, the backhand from Raducanu was going for the +1 win across court. She missed it as over the baseline. 40-30. What a opportunity missed from Raducanu. Is she going to regret that? Maybe mark that point down. We'll see. First serve in play, though. Backhand from Ruse just clears the net. Slice from Raducanu. Backhand from Ruse just clears the net again. Backhand to the backhand of Ruse. Going way too much on it, though. Cross court, wide, game, Raducanu. And it's 2 games all. Goes to change her face down. It's already now dark in New Zealand. I don't know what time it is in Auckland, actually. It's probably something like 8 o'clock in the evening. Who knows? I think probably our producer's probably better to answer your point ISM on Medjevic over Kacic. So big forehands traded from at the minute. Then forehand up the line. Ruse is trying to come in, but it's caught in no man's land. Really short there. Raducanu forehand slice. Forehand slice from Ruse. Backhand up the line. Is a winner for Raducanu. Love 15. Lifted up and over the net, and it bounces in. There was a heart in the mouth moment, but it ended up being well enough inside the court for it not to be too much of a problem. Great backhand from Raducanu. Love 15. I think the other point on the Medjevic-Kacic situation is, Medjevic is the better singles backup if they need him. Great forehand from Raducanu. Backhand from Ruse. Forehand to the forehand of Ruse. Short. Forehand from Raducanu to the Ruse forehand. Accelerating through. Putting pressure on Raducanu. Forehand on the attack from Ruse. Is off the top of the net and wide. Just. Love 30. Trading forehands. Putting Ruse under pressure. There's a little bit of a potential opening here for Emma Raducanu in this set, in this decider. Here we go. Love 30. Ruse serves out wide. Could have been a very, very good serve, but I think that was either out or let. Saying it's Sunny Stoke, John. Sun's not come up yet, as far as I can tell. Love 30 for Ruse serving. Raducanu gets the backhand in play. Backhand Ruse cross court. Backhand cross court. Raducanu slice from Ruse. It's a drop shot. Raducanu's going to come into the net. Great counter shot. Oh, and Ruse can't run it down. It's too awkward for her to pick up. She was trying to go cross court, puts it into literally the middle of the net, and it's love 40. That was a great counter drop shot from Raducanu. And Ruse is now facing 3 breakpoint chances. 3 breakpoints against her. She's knocked us out of a love 40 situation before. She came close in one of those games, but she's had a few love 40. Backhand into the net for Ruse on the +1, and it's break advantage for Raducanu, and now she's back in front of this match, 3-2 in this deciding set. But can she maintain it? Because whenever she's got on a break, she's immediately... Because when she's managed to break Ruse, she's originally been broken herself. And that ends up being an advantage Ruse in the previous set. That this would be a way for Ruse to kind of maintain... to keep up with Raducanu. Raducanu needs to hold here. Another match point for Azarenka in Brisbane. We are across as many matches as we possibly can here on Talking Tennis. Drama everywhere. Azarenka obviously having had a match point much earlier on, having to deal with a tiebreaker, which she was 4-2 down at the change of ends. I can't watch it because I've got one screen. It's not like our producer who's got multi-screens all over the place. Oh, it's saved by Kanonskaya. 6-all. Good grief. Kanonskaya is just refusing to lose. Absolutely refusing to lose. I'm just looking around seeing what else is going on. There's nothing major. There's no Australian fight between Thompson and Vukic going on in the ATP tournament in Brisbane. Cilic is actually serving for the first set in Hong Kong. But he's 30-40 at 5-3. So Struff is going to try and get it back on serve. Charles has saved set point against Rijkspoor. Is now maintaining set and break advantage in Croatia versus the Netherlands. Going with serve in the mixed doubles, Serbia versus Czech. Still, there's actually another match going on in Auckland right now as Yuan Wei is currently in a third set breakup against Kaya Day of the United States. Forehand to the forehand. Ruse is trying to change direction, her forehand. Backhand. Now they're switching to the backhands, trading backhands. Ruse is changing direction. That's too good. Winner. Love 15. It's all very well Raducanu sort of trading and hoping for the Ruse error and, just making things consistent. But Ruse has the ability to change things up like she did in that point. And it's all very well hoping for the unforced error, but Ruse could also hit a winner. Maybe playing a little bit too safe that point, Raducanu. Serves, forehand Ruse, long on the return, 15 all. Really, really good serve. Bit of confusion with the ball girl there with Raducanu. He was trying to pick it up, but Raducanu was just bouncing it off the court, trying to sort it out herself because it was right by her feet. And now she's ready to go again. Positive point there, 15 all. Serves, mid-box. Forehand Raducanu goes for the inside up forehand winner, misses it, challenges it. The challenge success rate has not been good this tournament. She was trying to go for the plus forehand winner inside out, +1 inside out forehand winner, but she has missed it and it's 15-30. It wasn't a bad choice of shot, but it just curved too far to the right. And this is immediately turning into how exactly the second set played out, with Raducanu breaking Ruse only to then go immediately under pressure on her own service game. And that's the second serve for Ruse to look at. The first is into the net. Still match points in Brisbane. Match point number 4 for Victoria Azarenka. Backhand in play from Ruse. Backhand Raducanu to the backhand of Ruse cross court. Backhand Raducanu to the backhand of Ruse. There's trading it cross court backhand at the minute. Really struck. Ruse's having to slice that one because of the angle of it. Now she's having to run down. A backhand's gone up the line. Raducanu's having to scramble that one back behind her. Oh, and that's long from Ruse. And Raducanu fist pumps. Eventually, that back behind, that sort of awkward scrabble back behind forehand. Really good choice in the end because Ruse struggled to control it, and it's over the baseline, 30 all. Callum Sky's refusing to lose in Brisbane, by the way. This is insane. Are we having an early match of the year contender over there, producer? In Brisbane. Raducanu serves. Ruse, chop back return is wide. And it's 40-30 for the Brit. Raducanu, 40-30 up to try and consolidate this break and get to 4-2. Get the job done. Emma Raducanu serves. Oh, she was going for a real spot serve on the tee and just missed it. So it's a second serve. Goes out wide on the serve. It's been called wide. I think it's a double fault. I think it's a double fault for Raducanu. There's a challenge. We're going to have to see how it goes. It's in. Clips the line. Raducanu's going to get a first serve on this one. Or I think is she going to get a first serve, or is it another attempt at a second? Can't remember the rules at the minute. I've got the match on mute, so I can't confirm how this works. First, now serves in. Ruse has got a great return in play, though. Huge forehand. Raducanu has to run it down. Just clears the net. Ruse has got Raducanu on the run right now, but Raducanu is pretty getting everything back in play. Now she's moving Ruse around. Backhand is long from Ruse, and that is a really, really good defense from Raducanu. Managing to change it up on the angles, and Ruse managed forcing Ruse to go long, and it's 4-2. Raducanu consolidates the break and is 2 away from winning her return to the WTA Tour. Looks like all the big dramas in Brisbane, though. 5th match point for Victoria Azarenka. Mark this one in your diaries as a mega, mega match. I might have to do that. And eventually Azarenka has converted it. 6-1, 7-6. 5th match point for the Belarusian, the former Australian Open champion. 10-8 in the tiebreak. Wow. Ruse is abandoning the ball toss under a little bit of pressure. She knows that time is running out for her and she needs to pull something together if she's going to get this done. Backhand in play from Raducanu, who's now scrambling under pressure from Ruse, but gives herself time. Ruse goes for the inside out forehand. It's a winner. Raducanu's challenging it. Raducanu thinks it's out. Ruse look, it's inside out forehand. Just clip the line. And when I say just, I mean by that much. Raducanu shakes her head. But she shouldn't be that surprised Ruse made that forehand. She's been making these the whole match. Misses the first serve, though. Raducanu is very quick to challenge when things aren't quite going her way. Maybe feeling the pressure to try and stay in front. She knows Ruse can mount a comeback. Maybe she wants that double break just for that additional comfort. Frankly, I wanted to have a double break. Yeah, look, she's sticking her hand up and in the hope that it's out. Just maybe not quite trusting the New Zealand officials. It's 15 all. The backhand from Ruse was long over the baseline. But immediately she sees it and raises her hand if she's not hearing the call. First serve into the net from Ruse. Raducanu, yeah, it's interesting seeing her being so quick. She's definitely wanting to get this done. Keep things in her favour as much as possible. Steps in on the return, but puts it into the net. 30-15. She's going to be frustrated with that. This is an interesting thing. She's definitely very keen on closing this out. She wants this closed out. She wants this done. Raducanu doesn't want to have to deal with Ruse coming back at her. First serve from Ruse is very, very good. Right on the line. Raducanu didn't have much of hope of getting that back in court, and it's 40-15. And Elena-Gabriela Ruse has now got a couple of game points to keep the set going. 40-15 at 2-4 in the deciding set. Ruse serves. Backhand in play from Raducanu to the forehand of Ruse. Forehand Raducanu up the line. Forehand Ruse into the net. They were trading things, blows up the middle of the court. Unforced error from Ruse. Raducanu waiting for that error. 40-30. She's geeing herself on. She knows that this is still going well overall. Blowing on her fingers. We know she does have a blister problem sometimes. Bouncing on her toes. And Gabriela Ruse gets ready to serve. Off the top of the net and in the box. So it's a let. Reset. Players reset and get ready. 40-30 for Elena-Gabriela Ruse. First serve. Wide. Way wide. Very wild serve from Ruse. So we've got we've got a plan for a takeover. So yeah, serves into the box, backhand aggressively from Raducanu, forehand moving Ruse across court. Now, the ball from Ruse is long. The forehand from Raducanu was way better than I thought it was originally, and it's back to deuce. We have two more, and Emma Raducanu is at deuce on the Ruse serve. That was a very, very good point. Moving her around, moving it out of court and putting her in awkward positions that she can't execute her shots. And Gabriela Ruse now under significant pressure here in Auckland. Serves. First serve is off the top of the net and out. You can definitely see the pressure on the Romanian at the minute. Bouncing the ball. Ruse lifts it up. Serves. Forehand Raducanu. Oh, she doesn't get much purchase on it. She's frustrated. That was I can't tell if it was an awkward serve from Ruse or just Raducanu just didn't get into position. Either way, she's put in the net as advantage Ruse. It is advantage to Elena-Gabriela Ruse in this match. Ruse serves long. Trying to get this game put away. Raducanu steps in, forces a double fault. puts Ruse under pressure. It's in the second serve's in the net, and it's deuce. What a game this one could be. And this feels like one of those crucial games. This is either going to be a confidence boost for Ruse to hold, or a massive or a deciding momentum swing for Raducanu, who's geeing herself on here. She's doing all the right things to keep Ruse under pressure. First serve is good from Ruse. No, it wasn't. It was long. She was trying to go up the tee. Hold up the ball for seconds and then begins bouncing it. Raducanu is getting ready. Is she going to do the same thing? Is she going to step in behind it? She's definitely inside the baseline for her second serves. Not quite as deep as Caroline Garcia. Ruse is abandoning the ball toss. She's definitely feeling the pressure on this serve. Again, abandons the ball toss. Ruse is really not happy right now. She's the one feeling the nerves. Now she serves. Backhand Raducanu up the line. Backhand Ruse cross court. Backhand Raducanu mid court. Backhand Ruse wild. Way out. She was trying to go for an inside-out backhand, but not good from that position in the court. Don't think it even hit the tram lines. Advantage Raducanu. Liam Brody's playing Rublev in Hong Kong. Don't know when that's going to be, but that's going to be one to keep an eye on for British fans. And maybe, hopefully, Emma Raducanu and Liam Brody will keep British tennis interest going this week. Advantage Raducanu. Great serve from Ruse, but Raducanu's got the return in play. Now they're going up the middle of the court. Huge forehand from Ruse, putting Raducanu under pressure on the backhand, but the backhand's wide from Ruse, trying to change things up, an aggressive angle, and Raducanu will serve at 5-2. I will stay for this game to see if Raducanu can serve it out. But if she doesn't, then I'm going to have to go. This is it. This will be, regardless of the outcome, my last game commentating on this match. If Ruse breaks back and extends this match, you'll have John taking you through the finale. But I'm going to try and stick around for this game, or until 8:30 hits, one or the other. One or the other. But we'll have to see. We've got a couple of minutes here for a changeover. There's definitely increasing confidence. Okay, so outside the top 50's got a few more votes for where Raducanu is going to end the top 2024 season. But I think most people are kind of looking at top 50 there or thereabouts. It depends on whether it's your point of view on whether it's going to be the sharp end or whether it's going to be the bottom end. Judging by this, I'm still thinking it's going to be... I don't see her being seeded for Grand Slams at the end of the year, but there's room for improvement. There is, this is her first match back, and she has gotten better as the match has got on. Well, in this third set, she's been so much better about Raducanu. So going from being solid and consistent in set 1 to being a little erratic in set 2 to finding the aggression in set 3, maybe that's a tracker for her year. Solid start, erratic results as she tries to set things up there by the end. And that would be enough for top 50, maybe. So second serve out wide. Raducanu under pressure on the huge return from Ruse, puts it long over the baseline. Love 15. Raducanu's serving. Fair point, Matthew, but to be fair, that's what she's done most of the match. She knows that Ruse is mercurial, and all she has to do is put some pressure on. Comes to the net, Ruse lobs. It's gone over the baseline. She's thinking about challenging it. But yeah, Raducanu got a short ball. Tried to come in behind it. Forced Ruse to lob her. The lob went over the baseline. 15-all. 3 points to go for Raducanu to get this match under her belt on her comeback. First serve is wide, though. Very wide. Very, very wide from Emma Raducanu. Doesn't want the pressure to get to her. She does have that double break cushion, but she doesn't want to see it completely erode. Backhand from Ruse. The backhand of Raducanu inside out. Forehand Ruse. Backhand Raducanu. being moved around by Ruse now. Backhand into the net from Raducanu, 15-30. 15-30. And that was a very positive point from Ruse, putting pressure on Raducanu, moving her around, and eventually Raducanu broke down. She could only stay solid for so long in the face of the barrage that Ruse is very capable of throwing at her on the ground strokes. Same thing. She's always had, after a break, she's under a little bit of pressure on the serve. First serve wild into the net. Don't think it was going in, even if it cleared the net. And there's always that rustiness of closing out matches. Backhand in play from Ruse to the backhand of Raducanu. Short. Ruse is going to try and attack with her backhand. Forehand Ruse up the line. Raducanu runs it down, changes the backhand cross court. They're changing cross court backhands now. Ruse still backhand cross court. Raducanu puts the backhand cross court into the net. 15-40. It's a shame this has to be my last game, really, because if this match continues, then it's going to be a shame that I can't see the closing moments. But unfortunately, I do have commitments elsewhere, namely my job. 15-40. What can Raducanu do? Served. Forehand in play from Ruse. Backhand from Raducanu. Backhand winner from Ruse. That's game Ruse. She's got one of the breaks back. Is the comeback on? This would be quite a comeback from 2-5 double breakdown. Ruse breaks 5-3. Can Raducanu get this? We're already about the same length as the first set. But, well, let's see what happens. Let's see if Raducanu can close this out. But I think it's going to have to be John who takes you through it and not myself. But it's been lovely spending time with you all. And I wish you all well. And hope you enjoy the rest of the match. And hopefully John can take you through it. John's still getting himself together. So we'll I'll keep talking over all the crafting and wrestling.
I'm here now. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you all right.
All right, Nick, have a good day. Emma couldn't quite get it done at the first time of asking. We'll see if she can get it done at the second or even third time of asking. But thanks, Nick, and take care.
You too, John. Enjoy.
Will do. So, Emma Raducanu, this has been such a topsy-turvy match. I have had my eyes elsewhere, as I'm sure you're very aware, on various other matches, including the doubles match involving Serbia and the Czech Republic, and a little bit on Coric and Greek sport, and very much that second set between Azarenka and Kalinskaya. That was certainly capturing my attention for most of the last half an hour. But here we are, Raducanu. But this match, I'm aware of what Nick was saying as well. I mean, so many breaks of serve in this match that Emma not serving it out didn't entirely surprise me. And, I also wouldn't be surprised if she wins it by breaking Ruse's serve right now. I think if Ruse was to hold serve here, though, it might become a pretty nervy end to the match for the British, former British number one. I think she reached number one for the UK. She's a long way from that right now. Or I say a long way from that. I mean, I guess in front of her is maybe Jodie Burridge, definitely Katie Bolter, who's had a pretty good start to the year. By the way, it's 15-30 on the Ruse serve. And so if, of course, Emma does end up closing this out, you won't have much longer in which to vote in our poll, which I've posted on YouTube. So I think you should really get voting in that poll ASAP because, not much longer to possibly vote in it. As to whether you think Emma will finish in the top 100, top 50, top 20, top 10 come the end of the year. Looking at it right now, not too many people anticipate a top 10 season-ending finish for Emma. as I see some cheers of delight on the Serbian bench. We've had 104 votes, mind you, so plenty of people voting. So do get involved in that poll that you can see now shared on the screen. We are now at deuce, by the way, with Ruse and Raducanu. So Emma is 2 points away from the match with Ruse serving. She's actually closer on the Ruse serve, as I suggested she might be, than she was on her own serve, because she didn't even garner a match point on her own serve earlier. Be interesting to have a quick look at the stats as well, looking at the double faults that Emma has thrown in. That will disappoint her that she's put in 5 double faults today. Because without those, I think she probably would be already over the line in the locker room already. We've now got a game point for Ruse to force Emma to serve this out. We have, of course, got Rafa Nadal coming up against Dominic Thiem very, very soon. Damien will be bringing you live coverage of that one. So I'm actually going to post that link in the live chat right now. So that's the Nadal match. And Ruse has indeed held serve. So Emma Raducanu is going to serve for this match once again at 5-4. And we will take a short break. Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks, including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material, such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon, or Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Not missing out on all things tennis is exactly what we're here doing today, whether it be in Hong Kong at the ATP 250, Brisbane, the ATP 250, the United Cup, or the WTA 500 in Brisbane, or the WTA 250 in Auckland, which is where we are right now, to see if Emma Raducanu, at the second time of asking, can serve out this match. She's made a pretty unwelcome start to the game, though. She's down love 15 already. And in fact, it has actually, as you can see, become love 30 as things get very sticky for the British former US Open winner, winning that 2021 tournament, of course, without dropping a set. Things going from bad to worse right now for Emma. Next couple of points will be huge for her. Yeah, Matthew Bart, you say, okay, here we go, let's get this done. But she's not getting it done. Is it nerves? Is it the time away from the tour? Maybe it's a bit of both. I'll let everyone else speculate about that. But listen, she's going to have to win the next couple of points, that's for sure. Or she's going to have to face some break points on her own serve as she tries to serve out this match. I have posted, of course, here in the live chat, the link to the Rafa match, which is going to be, I think, still going to be another 10 or 15 minutes away. Hi, Nishant. Please hit the like button, Nishant, and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's not possible to watch it for free, unfortunately, but I will do the best I can to make up for that with some sensational commentary. Can Emma produce some sensational tennis over the next 2 or 3 points? If she does that, she wins the match. And we can all switch our attentions to the return of Rafa Nadal. But Rafa Nadal, I've just got my TV screen on as well. They've not even started warming up yet. So no hurry there. Serbia are 1-0 down, but they're winning plenty of games here, it seems, in the second set. So I actually think it might be enough. If they have a narrow loss one way or another to the Czechs, it might well be enough for Serbia to go through and mean the USA, the reigning champions, out. Raducanu, by the way, good news for her. She's won the next 2 points and she is back at 30 all. However, Ruse has a break point, 30-40 now on the Emma serve. Emma Raducanu, what are you doing? $30-40 now. I'm just seeing the Czechs on serve at 40 love in their particular encounter. And Raducanu here, 30-40. She's hit 6 double faults today. Another double fault as she's trying to serve it out. It's frustrating. And Ruse has broken, and so Emma Raducanu, at the second time of asking, has failed to serve it out. And Ruse will now serve at 5 all, ladies and gentlemen. 5 all. Deary me. Emma was 2 points away from victory. Didn't manage to seal the deal. Served it out on 2 separate occasions. Wasn't able to do so. It's now 5 all, and Ruse has all the momentum and wins the first point, as you can see, at 5 all. Elsewhere on the men's side, on the ATP 250 in Hong Kong, Huesler is up a set and a break in the first round over Sachko. Bautista Agut is up a set and on serve against the Hungarian Marujan. Cilic on his comeback is up a set and a break over Jan-Leonard Struff. Daniel Altmaier, by the way, winning his first round clash against 2. And arguably a shock, the number 6 seed in Hong Kong, Sebastian Baez, is out in 3 sets against Klein. Kecmanovic, by the way, also won in straight sets, as did Liam Brody, and Duckworth as well beat JJ Wolf in straight sets. Maybe that might surprise some as well. And McDonald losing in straight sets to Offner, and Hanfman beating Korda in Brisbane, by the way, that is, as was the JJ Wolf Duckworth match as well. So keeping up to date with all things tennis. Back to this Emma Raducanu clash. She is now 15-30 on the Ruse serve. This match, by the way, has had more tops and turvies than a topsy-turvy thing. Please do hit the like button and, of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I can see Damien throwing some darts while he warms up for Rafa Nadal against Dominic Thiem. That will be coming up shortly. I'm just going to have a quick check on my screen to see how they are at. Cool. They have yet to take to the court as far as I can see, at least on the screen I have in front of me. They are yet to appear on court, so that means we've got some time there. Emma Raducanu, of course, she has a break point. Yeah, I mean, Cilic, really good news for him. Bad news, of course, for Jan-Lennard Struff. If he was to lose that match in straight sets, I think that would prove to be a disappointing situation. And I just wonder whether with Struff, whether that was it, what we saw, that spring, summer period for Jan-Lennard, that was it between Stuttgart and, or finishing in Stuttgart and maybe even beginning in Madrid. A smile there from Novak Djokovic. And Emma Raducanu is going to have a third chance to serve this out. What an amazing, crazy third set this has been, with breaks galore, more breaks than a Kit Kat. And Raducanu will serve again for a spot in the last 16 in New Zealand. We'll take a quick break and we'll see if she can do it. Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks, including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon, or Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Hey Tops, nice to see you again in the chat. And guess what? Of course, Emma Raducanu has lost the first point as she tries to serve it out at the third time of asking. 6 double faults she has hit today thus far. I can see here on the screen. 6 double faults, which is also what the WTA website says as well. So that would seem to be pretty accurate. Of course, one of those occurred, at least one of them occurred anyway, when she was trying to serve it out. And that's what she's trying to do again at the third time of asking. Azarenka, by the way, winning a pretty dramatic second set and therefore the match in her first round clash with Kalinskaya in Brisbane. Of course, the Brisbane WTA event is a 500. The ATP event in Brisbane is a 250. That link, by the way, that you can see on the screen is for the Nadal team match, which has yet to get underway. Probably get underway in a few minutes, but they're not warming up yet, at least not on my screen, or are they? Just maybe entering the court. Nadal and Dominic team. And what I presume will be the last match on the Pat Rafter Arena. The other match on the Pat Rafter Arena, of course, was Hanfmann against Korda, with Hanfmann, the German, winning in straight sets. Of course, Emma Raducanu is down love 30 on her serve. Of course she is, because she's serving for the match. Why wouldn't she throw it away again at the third time of asking? 15-30 now, though, on her serve. And she does get it back to 30 all. So she is now 2 points away again from victory. She has been tantalizingly close before. She was a double breakup at 5-2. Squandered the first chance to serve it out. Got kind of close on the Ruse serve, to be fair. but then also squandered the second chance to serve it out. Now, at the third time of asking, will it be third time lucky for the Brit and the 2021 US Open champion? It's either match point or break point coming up in this enthralling encounter, and it is going to be a match point for Emma Raducanu. 40-30. I'm pretty sure this is the first match point that she's had. Is she going to get over the line? Is it going to be game, set, match Raducanu, or is it going to be Juice? It's going to be Juice. Of course it is. Of course it is. This is not going to be an easy one, that's for sure. So, we're back to Juice, and we're back to 2 points away from victory. Serbia and Czech Republic are into a second set tie break. Of course. The solid first set that we saw from Emma, it's been anything but from her since then. I like this this tweet here from Ryan. I'm going to share it to you right now. Well, we have another match point for Emma Raducanu. Can she take it at the second time of asking in terms of match points, third time of asking, trying to serve it out? All for a place in the last 16 in Auckland. Still, we wait for Nadal and team to take the court. In Brisbane. And finally, Emma Raducanu has sealed the deal. 6-3, 4-6, 7-5. It barely tells the story of what was a fairly traumatic experience. Some delight there in the live chat from Lynn Zhao. Please do, Lynn, if you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button. But I'm going to bring this show to a close. It's been wonderful having you all tune in. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And also click the link that I've posted in the live chat so you can join Damien for the match between Rafa Nadal and Rafa Nadal and Dominic Thiem. Click on the link in the live chat. Go and join him for that match. And I will see you all again very, very soon. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready? Play.
Emma Raducanu has given an interview with the BBC where she's outlined her plans to return from injury, when that will be. She's also explained what she's been up to whilst away, and she's been watching much tennis. She's also got an answer for the critics, of which, some are on social media, but also, of course, many within the media. And she's also explained which is the slam that she would most like to win. What is her ultimate dream in tennis? So as I say, the interview was given to BBC London earlier on today, where she outlined her plans to return to next season, and also how she would one day love to win Wimbledon. So she will make her return to tennis next season after struggling with injuries mainly since May. She obviously had injuries since then, but she hasn't played since May. She withdrew from the Madrid Open, I think on the eve of the tournament, to basically have some operations. She's missed 3 of the 4 Grand Slams. She did play in Australia, where she lost to Coco Gauff. And of course, just a couple of days ago, she dropped out of the world's top 200 and did confirm in this interview with BBC London that she will not be returning to the tour until next year. Britain didn't make the Billie Jean King Cup finals, which will take place in Seville in the south of Spain in November. Also, she has no hope of making the WTA finals, also in November. So she confirmed that next season will be her return to tennis. The 20-year-old also said that the slams are obviously finished now, but it has been difficult to watch them go by. She was just said, "I want to stay in my lane as much as possible and keep focused on my recovery," were her exact words. The 20-year-old has been hampered though by injuries since winning that US Open title in 2021, when remarkably she managed to qualify and go all the way to the title without dropping a set in New York. She also made British #1 at one point as a result, but has not gone beyond the second round of any Grand Slam since that mesmeric, incredible run 2 years ago, when she became the first British woman in 44 years to win a major singles title since Virginia Wade. She was also asked about how she deals with criticism, and Raducanu had this to say: "The fact they are still talking about me, even though I'm not at these events, is just a compliment. Someone told me once, for example, 'Worry when they're not talking about you,'" she added. Raducanu has, of course, returned to the practice court. We did see some glimpses of her playing some short tennis in August, for example, the first time since she underwent surgery earlier on this year. And in fact, she only did play 10 matches in the first 5 months of the year. She said she does hope to return to better form and fulfill her Wimbledon dreams. "Wimbledon is the dream," she said, "and always has been growing up." Of course, she's from the UK, so it makes sense. She said, "It's the ultimate dream to win Wimbledon." Back in May, she seemed to undergo 3 successful surgeries. She said that she underwent the surgeries on both of her wrists and her ankle in a letter posted on social media. In fact, she said at the time, "It's safe to say the last 10 months, so that would have been the summer of 2022 until these surgeries in May of this year, have been difficult as I dealt with a recurring injury on a bone of both hands," she said at the time. She said she tried to manage the pain and play through it for most of the year, but in the end it was just getting too much. She was missing so much of training as well as certain tournaments anyway, that for her it made sense to go ahead with these procedures. Well, now she has confirmed that she'll be back. I would imagine, therefore, for the Australian swing, maybe United Cup, end of December, beginning of January, perhaps, for the 250 in New Zealand or elsewhere. And then, of course, the Australian Open. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready? Play.
Emma Raducanu has given an interview with the BBC where she's outlined her plans to return from injury, when that will be. She's also explained what she's been up to whilst away, and she's been watching much tennis. She's also got an answer for the critics, of which, some are on social media, but also, of course, many within the media. And she's also explained which is the slam that she would most like to win. What is her ultimate dream in tennis? So as I say, the interview was given to BBC London earlier on today, where she outlined her plans to return to next season, and also how she would one day love to win Wimbledon. So she will make her return to tennis next season after struggling with injuries mainly since May. She obviously had injuries since then, but she hasn't played since May. She withdrew from the Madrid Open, I think on the eve of the tournament, to basically have some operations. She's missed 3 of the 4 Grand Slams. She did play in Australia, where she lost to Coco Gauff. And, of course, just a couple of days ago, she dropped out of the world's top 200 and did confirm in this interview with BBC London that she will not be returning to the tour until next year. Britain didn't make the Billie Jean King Cup finals, which will take place in Seville in the south of Spain in November. Also, she has no hope of making the WTA finals, also in November. So she confirmed that next season will be her return to tennis. 20-year-old also said that the slams are obviously finished now, but it has been difficult to watch them go by. She was just said, "I want to stay in my lane as much as possible and keep focused on my recovery," were her exact words. The 20-year-old has been hampered though by injuries since winning that US Open title in 2021, when remarkably she managed to qualify and go all the way to the title without dropping a set in New York. She also made British #1 at one point as a result, but has not gone beyond the second round of any Grand Slam since that mesmeric, incredible run 2 years ago, when she became the first British woman in 44 years to win a major singles title since Virginia Wade. She was also asked about how she deals with criticism, and Raducanu had this to say: "The fact they are still talking about me, even though I'm not at these events, is just a compliment. Someone told me once, for example, 'Worry when they're not talking about you,'" she added. Raducanu has, of course, returned to the practice court. We did see some glimpses of her playing some short tennis in August, for example. The first time since she underwent surgery earlier on this year. And in fact, she only did play 10 matches in the first 5 months of the year. She said she does hope to return to better form and fulfill her Wimbledon dreams. "Wimbledon is the dream," she said, "and always has been growing up." Of course, she's from the UK, so it makes sense. She said, "It's the ultimate dream to win Wimbledon." Back in May, she seemed to undergo 3 successful surgeries. She said that she underwent the surgeries on both of her wrists and her ankle in a letter posted on social media. In fact, she said at the time, "It's safe to say the last 10 months, so that would have been the summer of 2022 until these surgeries in May of this year, have been difficult as I dealt with a recurring injury on a bone of both hands," she said at the time. She said she tried to manage the pain and play through it for most of the year, but in the end it was just getting too much. She was missing so much of training as well as certain tournaments anyway, that for her it made sense to go ahead with these procedures. Well, now she has confirmed that she will be back. I would imagine, therefore, for the Australian swing, maybe United Cup, end of December, beginning of January perhaps, for the 250 in New Zealand or elsewhere. And then, of course, the Australian Open. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready.